Hi, my name is David Donardo, and I'm with Fight or Flight Escapes. I'm co-owner with my wife, Carrie. Today, the presentation that I would like to give to you guys is about what we would like to use this money for. So initially, with an escape room, you hear the very first question we always hear is, what is an escape room? So within this slideshow, I'll talk directly about that. I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. As you guys can see from the screen, Carrie and I actually officially opened in June of 2021. We've been planning for much longer than that. We've also, we started out with being enthusiastic about escape rooms, and then decided that we should be able to bring our enthusiasm to our hometown, and kind of hopefully somebody else picks up on it as well. So as you can read in there, we've done ourselves over 200 different rooms, all the way from pretty much the East Coast to Vegas. We actually did one through Zoom in Finland, so we have a wide knowledge of escape rooms. We just we didn't see the level that we can provide and the different quality around this area, so that that's what our goal was to do, is to bring one that we thought was worthy, I guess. So that's a little bit about myself and my wife. So again, like I said, what is an escape room? You can read here, it says, an escape room is a popular activity for which can be played by several participants, usually theme-based, and generally they give you 60 minutes. There's rooms that do 30 or more. We've done 90-minute rooms. And the big thing is that they're fully immersive. So if you go and you book a room that is a pirate room, you're gonna go in and it's gonna be the theme of a pirate. You might be on a pirate ship, you might see cannons and different things like that. So the goal of it is to provide the most immersive experience that you can, while solving puzzles, while building teamwork, and then going from there. And again, it's a competition within your group, so you have 60 minutes to get out. All right, so basically what our goal is overall is to have 2 additional themes. Right now we have 2, we'd like to have a total of 4, and with this money that we could use, that would help build an additional theme. And again, the things that you see listed on the right hand side, it's the props, decor, the puzzle items, a little bit of marketing as well. Okay, so these are actually examples of different, so I listed each through, so the decors, the props, the puzzle items, locks, and these are examples of each that you could use for any specific theme, I guess. So in the middle theme, we're kind of talking here about a school, like a schoolroom, classroom scenario. So then these are all the areas of the things that we would need to make that as fully immersive as we possibly could. Okay. And this is the objective that you would give to the person or the team that comes in. You read them objectives, say, David and Carrie, you have your objective here is your parents. It says, you promise your parents you'll be home in time after school today to babysit your little brother. If you're late again, you'll be grounded and have to miss the concert, which you've been wanting to go for all year. Mrs. Simons is on detention today, and everybody knows that she takes roll, then leaves to watch Oprah for approximately 1 hour. So then basically what you're trying to do is escape out of detention. And that would be your initial introduction to an escape room. And then when you actually get into the room, then you go on and further do that. And down here I have a little short video. I'm not going to play it for the whole time because I think it's approximately 1 minute. But this is basically an example of one of the props that you would see in maybe a school detention. And as you can tell, and I'll explain this as he's going on, that what he just pulled his hand off of was a magnetic lock. So what he did is somewhere in the room there was a puzzle, and it gave you this specific time, which here happens to be 6 o'clock. You turn the actual clock to 6 o'clock, the magnetic puzzle releases, or the magnetic lock releases, and then it would open up something or release a key or something, whatever. After speaking with a lot of other escape room owners throughout the whole entire nation, a lot of how they do advertising is through social media and word of mouth. Now, bigger cities generally use, they use more traditional whatever, but marketing. But for us specifically, in the smaller market, we've always read and seen that it's good, usually through word of mouth. But we also have plans to use it because we already use Google ads and Facebook ads. We'd like to supplement that as well, along with actually like the traditional billboards, newspapers, radio ads, things like that. So as one example here these are general prices for the cost of the props. As you can read, it says here that if you buy a fully built prop, where all you have to do is, they call them turnkey, and you take the prop wherever you get it, you set it in the room, it's fully part of the room. Like, you don't have to do any customization whatsoever. It generally ranges anywhere between $1,500 $150 and $500. Now, in addition to making the room fully immersive, the decor can be anything. So obviously, from the example before, if you're using a schoolroom, if you had friends that were teachers or anything that had any, I can't think of what their desks or anything like that, then you can use those. I mean, it's really just limitless. Specifically for the haunted theme that we're going for, we've been building a lot of those props ourselves and a lot of the decor ourselves. So like the cost of building supplies and things like that, what we don't have already left over. And in general, a good rule of thumb for each of the rooms is anywhere between 10 to 15 actual puzzles per room. And it takes the average person 2 minutes to complete one puzzle. So if you do the math of that, it's about 15 puzzles for a full 60-minute experience. Again, in the $150 to $500 range are for the more electronic puzzles. Like the higher end of that is for the more electronic, where they run on Arduinos or Raspberry Pis and different things like that. And then the $150 range is more for the lock and key, different things that aren't as electronically based. And our rooms are generally a mix between what they call Generation 1, which is I find a key, I put it in the lock, it unlocks something, and Generation 2, which is I have to do something that unlocks something. So as an example, one of the puzzles that are in our room right now is there's a picture of a house. You physically have to knock on the door of the picture of the house, and it opens a door in our room. So that's more of like the Generation 2 puzzles. And of course they vary in between all of that. That's where the split of the money would mostly go to the immersions of the rooms versus the advertising of the rooms. So I would say it's probably 75-25%. So that's why in this presentation I talked a lot about the props and the immersion and the decor and different things like that, as opposed to the advertising part of it. Because I feel like we do have a good client base right now, but we can also get, once you're there, we want you to have the best time that you possibly can. So if you really feel like you're a student trying to get out of detention at school to get back home to whatever, then I feel like then you'll become a repeat customer and come back. So the last slide is basically just says thank you for your time. So just had to add that in there.